First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Gwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught me this truth, and to include the elder bishops on down. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Brakatham to the elect, whom this gospel is for, and it's your brother Laban. And I want to chime in on this John the Baptist stuff that these two groups are debating on, ISUBK, and you got these Christians. And then you have, this middleman, right? So what I want to do is, without further ado, let's just play this video and let's get right into it. Let's begin by playing it from, 3:45 seconds in.
I'm holding it down to you until you get this. So my method of doing things, I'm telling Voice of Reason, Tazaryach, I'm telling everybody, hey, I'm doing it this way. But when he comes, he's doing it his way. And then when you get here, you're like, I'm going to follow your procedure as I transition to mine. And so you come in and you do it my way, but it's expected I go away and now I follow up under you because you're the president. So when John is doing his baptism, he even says, there cometh one after me who's mightier than me, whose shoes I can't even latch.
Yeah.
I must decrease, he must increase.
Yeah.
He sees Christ. He don't want to do it. And then Christ says what? Suffer to do it, because Christ wanted to do everything right. So he goes, he does it. That's the changing of the guard. John's mission was supposed to stop. John really should have followed Christ and became one of his disciples, but he didn't. He still kept his mission, which created the confusion amongst the people. That's why the people start saying, do we follow you or do we follow after John? And even John questioned Christ. John got weak in the faith.
He didn't get weak in the faith. Matthew 14 tells you that he died as a prophet. When he was about to be executed by the king, right? I think it was Herodias. The people counted him as a prophet, and so the king feared him. So if he fell out of the truth, then he wouldn't have died as a prophet. He would have been found among many that really didn't believe in what was being heard at the time of Yahweh Shai with what he was doing. All right. So, that's not really the topic, but I just wanted to just bring that in to cut all this shenanigans of, he's not in the truth because he didn't follow after Yahweh Shai like the disciples did. And speaking of him not having to follow the disciples that, he had at the time, because it was already set up that his lot was going to be the one to pave the way for the faith. More so known as the forerunner of the faith. That was his lot. All right. So what I want to do is I want to read 1 John 1 and verse 29. The next day seeth Yahweh Shai coming unto him and saith, Behold, the Lamb of the Most High, which taketh away the sins of the world. This is he of whom I said, after me cometh a man which is preferred before me. For he was before me, and I knew him not, but that he should be made manifest to Israel. Therefore am I come, baptizing with water. So what did he mean when he said that he should be made manifest to Israel? Because he was alluding back to Deuteronomy 18, which reads of what Moses told the Israelites, that a man is going to come from among your brethren, and it's he you should hearken. Verse 32, and John bare record, saying, I saw the Spirit descending from heaven like a dove, and it abode upon him. And I knew him not, but he that sent me to baptize with water, the same said unto me, upon whom thou shalt see the Spirit descending and remaining on him. The same is he which baptizeth with the Holy Spirit, and I saw and bear record that this is the Son of the Most High. So what was the record that he bare to declare to himself, that declared to John, that he is the Son of God? Let's read the book of Matthew 3 and verse 13. But the point is in what? Verse 16. Then cometh Yahweh Shai from Galilee the Jordan unto John to be baptized of him. But John forbade him, saying, I have need to be baptized of thee, and comest thou to me? And Yahushua answering said unto him, suffer it be so now, for thus it becometh us to fulfill all righteousness. Then he suffered him. And Yahushua, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water. And lo, the heavens were opened unto him, and he saw the Spirit of the Most High descending like a dove and lighting upon him. And lo, a voice from heaven saying, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. So that was the record that he bare witness. As soon as he came out of the water, straightway a voice came out of heaven saying that, as it reads, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. All right. So let's continue to read on, shall we? Verse 35 now. Again, the next day after John stood and two of his disciples, and looking upon Yahushua as he walked, he said, behold the Lamb of the Most High. And the two disciples heard him speak. And they followed Yahushua, and then Yahushua turned and saw them following, and said unto them, what seek ye? They said unto him, Rabbi, which is to say, being interpreted, Master, where dwellest thou? He said unto them, come and see. And they came and saw where he dwelt, and abode with him that day, for it was about the 10th hour. And one of the two which heard John speak and followed him was Andrew, Simon Peter's brother. Okay, so as soon as they heard John speak of this man, they straightway followed after him, because John had the revelation that he was the one, due to the record the record that he bare witness to when he after he baptized them. All right. So let's also read this as well, because even this situation here reconfirmed who he was. Because remember, John sent the two men to inquire if he was the one, or is someone else that they should go after, right? So let's read this from verse 20 to verse 23, verse 24. No, verse 22, which is the point. And when the men were come unto him, and they said, John the Baptist have sent us unto thee, saying, art thou he that should come, or look we for another? And in that same hour he cured many of their infirmities and plagues and of evil spirits. And unto many that were blind he gave sight. Then Yahushua answering said unto them, go your way and tell John what thing you have seen and heard, how that the blind see, the lame walk, and the lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, and the dead are raised, to the poor the gospel is preached, and blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. All right. So when the messengers departed, he spoke well of John. All right. So the men were sent to go see Yahushua, to go follow him. Right. And guess what? They bared witness to the miracles that he wrought among those that were sick, diseased, just so that he can go. So so that they both can go right back and tell John the Baptist to reconfirm him that, yes, I am the one whom the Most High is dealing with. All right. So then that would then confirm that John the Baptist was correct once again, because it was reconfirmed to him that he was the one. All right. So now let's read verse 24. And when the messages of John were departed, he began to speak unto the people concerning John. What went ye out into the wilderness for to see? A reed shaking with the wind? But what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they which are gorgeously apparelled and live delicately are in king's court. But what went ye out for to see? A prophet? Yea, I say unto you that much more than a prophet. So Yahushua bigged up John. He bigged him up. And as well as you gotta also take into account that Yahushua knew the spirits of men. So of course John the Baptist didn't fall out the truth. If he would have fell out the truth, then guess what? Nowhere in the word would the Lord have actually gave him, a good report. Like, we're talking about a man that was, as it is written, right? I forgot it. Let me go back and read it again in Matthew's 3. This is a man whom the Most High that said that this is my beloved Son in whom I am pleased. So it's best to really acknowledge what's being said here of this man, where he speaks of John. All right. We have to take that into consideration, what he says of John right here. All right. And just to mention again, John the Baptist died as a prophet. When he came among the Herodians to get executed, the people what? Counted him as a prophet, and they feared John as a result of that. Simple. So there was no such thing of him leaving the faith. No. We call bullshit on that. Makes no sense. So that's all I got to say. With that, I'm going to close and I say shalom.